rilekskan tubuh dan pikiran. Dan kita letakkan kedua lengan di samping tubuh. Membuka kaki selebar bahu. Kita memutarkan tubuh ke kiri dan ke kanan. Biarkan tangan dengan lemas mengayun mengikuti pergerakan tubuh. Kita perkuat putaran tubuh. Wajah tidak ikut berputar. Wajah kita melihat ke depan. Kemudian kita lemparkan tangan kita ke pundak, menepuk pundak kita, dan satu tangan yang satu lagi menepuk ke tubuh bagian belakang. Tangan lemas mengayun mengikuti pergerakan tubuh yang berputar. Perlahan kita selesaikan gerakan. Kita tutup kaki kita kembali dan melambungkan tangan di depan dada. Kita rasakan sejenak relaksasi, sensasi relaksasi setelah kita melakukan gerakan ini. Gerakan selanjutnya kita letakkan kedua tangan di samping tubuh. Gerakkan kepala melihat ke belakang. Dan balas ke sebelah kanan. Tahu dengan jelas, permisi sebentar. Tahu dengan jelas kepala kita bergerak dan balas kembali ke sebelah kanan. Rasakan otot yang ter-stretching di saat kita memutarkan kepala kita ke arah belakang. Kita balas. Kemudian kita Bekokkan kepala ke mendekati bahu. Bila balas ke kanan. Rasakan leher bagian kiri yang ketarik, bisa kita membelokkan kepala. Kita tengokkan ke arah kanan kembali. Ke kiri. Kanan. Setelah ke tengah, kita menunjukkan ke depan. Perlahan kita angkat ke atas. Bubuhkan lagi ke bawah. Dan ke atas. Kita sudahi gerakan leher ini. Kita tutup kembali kedua kaki dan bersikap anjali. Selanjutnya kita memasuki gerakan stretching ke atas dan ke bawah. Kita letakkan kita buka kedua kaki selebar bahu. Tangan masih di depan dada. Perlahan kita angkat kedua tangan ke atas sambil menghilangkan jari-jari. Dan kita balik telapak tangan menghadap ke langit-langit. Kita luruskan tangan, dekatkan telapak tangan menjauhi tubuh sejauh yang kita mampu, sambil mengangkat sedikit minyak dan perlahan kita turunkan tangannya. Kemudian kita balik telapaknya menghadap ke lantai. Setelah melewati dada, kepala kita mengikuti gerakan tangan. Perlahan kita angkat kembali tubuhnya. Setelah melewati wajah, kita balik telapak tangannya menghadap ke langit-langit. Kita stretching tangannya sambil menjijik kakinya ke atas. sejauh yang kita mampu. Kemudian kita turunkan kembali tangannya. Setelah melewati wajah, kita hadap telapak tangan menghadap ke lantai. Dan kepala kita mengikuti pergerakan langit tangannya menuju ke lantai. Kita angkat kembali tubuhnya. Kita sudahi gerakannya dan kita tutup kembali kakinya. Kita nikmati sejenak sensasi relaksasi setelah stretching gerakan tadi. Gerakan selanjutnya, kita turunkan tangannya, kedua tangan di samping tubuh, dan kita buka kaki selebar bahu. Kita ayun tangan ke depan dan ke belakang. Ayunan tangan tidak melebihi tinggi bahu. Perlahan kita sudahi gerakannya dan kita tutup kembali kedua kakinya. Tangan diletakkan di depan. Kita buka kembali, kakinya lebih lebar sedikit dari kedua bahu. Kemudian kita angkat kedua tangan seperti kita memegang bola yang besar. Kita menghadap ke kiri dan turunkan tubuh. Kita lakukan beberapa putaran. Kita balas ke arah yang berlawanan. Putaran selesai. Selanjutnya kita sama-sama memasuki sitting meditasi duduk bersama. Izinkan saya persiapkan laptop saya. Persiapkan matras. Dan dapat menggunakan handuk ataupun kain untuk menutupi bagian bawah tubuh. Kita lakukan perputaran kepala. Sebanyak 3 putaran. Kita balas ke arah yang berlawanan. Setelah selesai, kita bentuk tangan kita membentuk segitiga terbalik. Kemudian kita letakkan di depan perut kita, di mana posisi pusat kita ada di tengah segitiga. Tarik nafas, buang nafas. Tarik nafas, buang nafas. Tarik nafas, buang nafas. Kemudian letakkan tangan kanan di bawah dan tangan kiri di atas. Dengan jempol bersentuhan dengan membentuk lingkar. Kita letakkan di atas kaki kita tanpa menggelantung. Kita akan melakukan relaxation body scanning. Rasakan ubun-ubun kepala. Rilekskan. Rasakan kening. Rilekskan. Rasakan kedua belah mata. Rilekskan. Rasakan wajah. Rilekskan. Rasakan leher. Rilekskan. Kedua bahu. Rilekskan. Dengan atas. Dengan bawah. Telapak tangan dan jari-jari tangan. Rasakan dada depan. Tahu dan sadar dada kita bergerak di saat kita bernafas. Rasakan perut yang kembang dan kempis di saat kita bernafas. Kita letakkan perhatian pada punggung bagian belakang, pada pinggang, pada bokong yang duduk kokoh di atas bantalan meditasi. Paha atas, paha bawah, telapak kaki, jari-jari kaki. Rasakan kepala, kening, mata, wajah. Tersenyumlah untuk diri sendiri yang telah menyempatkan waktu untuk berlatih bersama di malam ini. Leher, bahu, dengan atas, dengan bawah, telapak tangan, jari-jari tangan, punggung, pinggang, bokong, paha atas, betis, telapak kaki, jari-jari kaki, kepala, kening, mata, wajah, leher belakang, bahu, dengan atas, dengan bawah, telapak tangan, jari-jari tangan, punggung belakang, pinggang, bokong, paha atas, paha bawah, telapak kaki, jari-jari kaki. Tahu dengan jelas nafas masuk, tahu dengan jelas nafas keluar. Nafas masuk kita hitung 1, nafas keluar. Nafas masuk, nafas keluar kita hitung 1, nafas masuk, nafas keluar kita hitung 2. Keluar 3, keluar 4, keluar 5, keluar 6, keluar 7, keluar 8, keluar 9, keluar 10. Setelah 10 hitungan, kita ulangi menghitung dari angka 1 kembali. 1 hingga 10, 1 hingga 10, sampai sesi meditasi ini selesai. Sesi meditasi mandiri dimulai. Dewi. Oke. Kita beritahu pada diri sendiri bahwa kita akan keluar dari sesi meditasi duduk ini. Tarik nafas panjang dan dalam. Buang nafas. Gerakkan jari-jari tangan. Goyangkan tubuh ke kiri dan ke kanan. Ke depan dan ke belakang. Kita letakkan kedua tangan jari di depan dada. Membuka mata tertuju pada jari telunjuk. Kemudian kita perluas pandangan ke depan. Kita letakkan kedua tangan di atas lutut. Putar saraf jarum jam. Putaran kecil. Putaran sedang. Putaran besar. Putaran kecil. Putaran sedang. Putaran besar. Kita lipat kainnya. Kita masuk ke sesi body massage berkesadaran. Kita boleh pindah bantalannya ke samping. Kita hangatkan kedua jari jempol, siku jari jempol. Kemudian kita massage otot-otot di sekitar mata kita. Lakukan dengan penuh kesadaran dan nikmati sensasi relaksasi. Kita hangatkan kedua tangan. Kita tempelkan ke kening dan ke belakang. Kita putar, memberi sedikit tekanan, memasaj batok kepala kita. Hangatkan kembali. Kita tekan kepalanya dari atas, turun samping, kemudian lebih ke tengah. Kemudian dengan jari jempol, kita massage otot leher bagian atas hingga ke bawah. Tarik tangan kita kembali. Kita massage leher kiri, pundak kiri. Lakukan pelan-pelan sambil menikmati sensasi relaksasi yang ada. Hangatkan pergelangan tangan, lengan atas, hangatkan siku. Kita massage tangannya ke bawah. Telapak tangan. Kita massage acupuncture point di antara jari jempol dan telunjuk. Tekan, lepas, tekan, lepas. Tidak untuk dilakukan oleh ibu yang sedang hamil. Kita massage telapak tangan kita. Kita massage jari-jari, bukan membunyikannya, tapi dimassage. Hangatkan tangan. Kita massage leher kanan, bahu, hangatkan pergelangan, dengan atas, melakukan siku, massage dengan bawah. Kemudian kita pressure point, acupuncture point. Hangatkan tangan, tempelkan ke dada, kita massage. Kita balas ke dada yang sebelahnya lagi. Hangatkan. Kita tempel di atas perut. Perhatikan posisinya ke kiri. Kiri, bawah, kanan, atas. Kiri, bawah, kanan, atas. Searah jarum jam. Hangatkan kembali. Kita letakkan telapak tangan kita di bawah ketiak. Push hingga ke depan. Selanjutnya kita massage punggung belakang. Kita kepalkan tangan. Massage bawah ke bawah. Dan pinggang. Dan posisi. Sekarang kita keluarkan kaki sebelah kiri. Kita massage paha atas dan paha bawah. Kemudian kita gosok lutut atas dan lutut bawah. Kemudian kita tekan titik cusanling, yaitu ini tulang kering. Jika kita letakkan jari-jari tengah sepanjang tulang kering, di bawah jari manis, 3 jari di bawah jari manis, 2 jari di jari manis itu ada titik akupunktur namanya titik cusanling yang sangat bagus untuk vitalitas tubuh. Kita massage. Jika ditekan itu rasanya ngilu-ngilu sedikit. Kita massage sepanjang tulang kering. Massage. telapak kaki dan jari-jari kaki. Kita balas ke kaki yang kanan, paha atas dan paha bawah di massage. Kita usok lutut atas dan lutut bawah. Begitu juga dengan kaki kanan. Ini tulang kering. Di sepanjang tulang kering itu ada otot. Acupuncture point to something itu ditekan. Waktu ditekan itu rasanya ngilu-ngilu. Pas di samping tulang kering itu kita massage sampai ke bawah. Kita massage telapak kaki dan jari-jari kaki. Kita luruskan kaki. Kita flex mengarah ke tubuh. Kemudian kita point berlawanan arah. Flex mengarah ke tubuh. Point menjauhi tubuh. Flex and point. Flex and point. Kemudian kita putar searah jarum jam. Dan kita lawan arah berlawanan jarum jam. Kemudian kita buka kedua kaki selebar bahu. Kita putar ke dalam. Dan kita putar ke bawah. Sudah selesai. Terima kasih. Saya izin untuk memposisikan komputer saya kembali. Kita sedang menunggu Boyen Sefu untuk hadir. Sambil menunggu, kita topik yang akan dibahas hari ini adalah kontinuasi dari topik sebelumnya, pembahasan platform Sutra. Di aliran Mahayana itu ada namanya kultivasi Fu dengan Hui. Fu itu virtu dan Hui itu wisdom. Di Mahayana itu sering dikatakan Fu Hui Suang Shu, yaitu kita harus mengkultivasi Fu virtu dan Hui wisdom pada waktu yang bersamaan. Sangat penting untuk di kehidupan sehari-hari kita melatih diri untuk menenangkan pikiran kita. Sefu sudah bergabung. Ya, saya mengundang teman-teman semua untuk silahkan dibuka videonya. Kita akan mengundang Sefu bersama. Let's join our palm together. Bow to Shifu. Amitofo, Shifu.
Amitofo.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. We continue with the talk on platform Sutra. On the chapter of the doubts. Today's date is Thursday, November 21st, 2024. So last time, the period, the paragraph ends when I said, therefore, in the process of cultivation, we must encourage practitioners to arouse the body mind, to be willing to give up what is hard to give up, and to endure what is hard to endure. Only by doing this can we eliminate the inner obstacles of the self and truly realize our true nature. Otherwise, even if you think you have realized your true nature, it's just your ego pretending to have done so. So the talk was ended on Thursday, November 14, 2024. So we continue on saying so we continue on talking. So the platform Sutra states that generosity and offering are not true merit. Is this statement incorrect? Well, the platform Sutra is not wrong. And what we said is also not wrong. But can these two ideas be understood together? Can we reconcile them? The idea is that realizing one's true nature is true merit, while merely practicing generosity and making offerings are not true merit. However, looking at it from the other side, if we don't first engage in the act of generosity and make offerings, it is very difficult to realize our true nature. Realizing one's true nature is the goal, and generosity and offering are the means to reach the goal. So that here is clear. It means that we have to make offering and to practice the so-called Dharma in order to reach the true nature, to realize our true nature. And when Emperor Wu of the Liang Dynasty encountered Bodhidharma's statement made it clear that Emperor Liang did not understand the deeper meaning. As a result, there was no further connection between them. The issue wasn't with Bodhidharma. It was because Emperor Liang's level of understanding wasn't sufficient. He wasn't as insightful, well, as you, who can understand and recognize these ideas. If you can grasp this, you have surpassed Emperor Liang. So it was Emperor Liang's lack of understanding, not a problem with Bodhidharma. Marriage and worldly blessings are not the same. But if generosity and offerings don't count as true merit, does that mean we shouldn't cultivate worldly blessings? Well, we should still cultivate worldly blessings because I'm sorry. We should still cultivate worldly blessings because to attain Buddhahood, one must perfect both merit and wisdom. Therefore, cultivating worldly blessing is still necessary. Worldly blessings are not the same as true merit. Merit refers to wisdom, while blessing refers to acts of generosity, offerings, and benefiting sentient beings. Now, let's go to another part. I will read the translation first. This part referring to the question of where is Pure Land. The magistrate asked further, your disciple has often seen the Sangha and laity reciting Amitabha Buddha, vowing to be reborn in the West. Will the High Master please tell me if they will obtain rebirth there, and so dispel my doubts? The Master said, Magistrate, listen well. Huineng will explain it to you. When the world honored one was in Sravasti city, he spoke of being led to rebirth in the West. The Sutra text clearly states, it is not far from here. If we discuss its appearance, it is 108,000 li, well, we say miles away, but that measurement is Chinese measurement, so we call li. But in immediate terms, it is just beyond the 10 evils and the 8 deviations within us. It is explained as far distant for those of inferior roots and as nearby for those of superior wisdom. there are two kinds of people, not two kinds of Dharma. Enlightenment and confusion differ, and seeing what can be quick or slow. The deluded person recites the Buddha's name, seeking rebirth there, while the enlightened person purifies his own mind. Therefore, the Buddha said, as the mind is purified, the Buddha land is purified. So let's put it a little bit more, the explanation of the translation. It goes like this. Governor Wei then said, he asked the question, I often see monks and lay people chanting Amitabha Buddha's name and wishing to be reborn in the Western Pure Land. Could you, Venerable Master, tell us if they can indeed attain rebirth in the Pure Land? We hope you can dispel our doubts. So Master Huineng, the sixth patriarch, replied, listen carefully, and I will explain to you. At that time, the world-honored one was in the city of Sravasti and taught the Amitabha Sutra, where he described Amitabha Buddha of the Western Pure Land in detail. He explained that the distance from this world to the land of the ultimate bliss, which is Pure Land, is not that far. This is the teaching of the Amitabha Sutra. However, the Sutra also mentions that the Western Pure Land lies beyond 10 billion Buddha lands. 10 billion Buddha lands. Meaning that to reach Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land, one would traverse 10 billion worlds to the west. How can one reach the Western Pure Land? It requires practicing two methods in this lifetime while still alive. The first is to cultivate the 10 virtues and the Noble Eightfold Path. By practicing the 10 virtues and the Eightfold and the Noble Eightfold Path, it becomes easy to reach the Western Pure Land. Conversely, if we do not practice the 10 virtues and instead commit the 10 evil deeds, or if we ignore the Noble Eightfold Path and engage in the 8 wrong paths, then the distance to the Western Pure Land becomes extremely vast. Thus, for those who practice 10 billion Buddha lands, is not very far. For those who do not follow the Dharma, it is quite far. That is to say, for those who do not practice Buddhism, the Western Pure Land is located 10 billion and 8,000 worlds away. 10 billion and 8,000 worlds away, meaning it is very distant. However, if we are already cultivating the Buddhist path, the Western Pure Land is not separate from our world. Therefore, for those with less understanding, the Western Pure Land seems distant, while for those of higher wisdom, the Western Pure Land is not far at all. It is right here with us. So that is the little more elaborate on the translation. Now let's talk a little bit more about the teaching itself. So this term, 108,000, is mentioned, which differs slightly from the 10 billion Buddha's lands in the Amitabha Sutra. We know in India, large numbers are often challenging to grasp precisely. Vast figures like billions or trillions are used to represent a great quantity. How many are there exactly? It's essentially meant to convey an immense, countless numbers. For example, the term as numerous as the grains of sand in the Ganges rivers is used to describe an incalculable quantity, essentially infinite. So 10 billions is finite, very large number. Even the sands of the Ganges can be counted theoretically. As the river existed on earth, though counting it would indeed be a daunting task. So that when we encounter the so-called 108,000, the number here, we understand it's just a vast number. Or when we encounter the so-called the sands of the Ganges rivers, it also refers to the very vast numbers. And now it talks about this Buddha lands. 10 billion Buddha lands is very far away. That means it's a large number. Just like at night, when the sky is clear, and when we look up into skies, we see so many stars, so many stars. And the earth that we're in, it's just a small dot, very small. So we look at the sky, we see the world out there it's so vast, so many. That's what we know. Now, we take a look at the so-called the 10 evils. What are they? Well, the first evil is killing. Second, robbery or banditry. Third, sexual misconduct. Constantly seeking men or women. The fourth, lying, such as claiming I am a bodhisattva, I am a Buddha, I am a great bodhisattva returning from the Western land. I am Avalokitesvara. Right. The fifth one, double-tongued speech or slander. You tell one person that another is bad and then tell the other the same, creating conflict between them. So, do you encourage in such behavior? Sometimes, yes. The sixth, harsh words. Do you frequently curse with offensive language? Yeah. The seventh, frivolous speech. Do you make such jokes or use lewd language? Light-hearted humor that doesn't harm anyone is fine. But if it causes others to think bad thoughts, it should be avoided. 8, greed. 9, anger. These last two are particularly difficult to overcome. So, again, our teacher, Shi Gong, shared a story. He said a layperson asked him, Master, can I go to the Western land? And Shi Gong replied, why not? Then the layperson asked, can you guarantee it? And Shi Gong answered, do you believe in Amitabha Buddha? And then he said, yes, I do. And Shi Gong continued, then Amitabha Buddha guarantees it. You don't need me to guarantee. And then he said, I can give up everything, but not woman. Can someone like me go to the Western land? Shi Gong asked him how many women he wanted. And then he replied, just one is enough. And Shi Gong said, then there's no problem. Well, what he meant, he couldn't leave. Now, this person meant he couldn't leave his wife in fear this attachment might hinder his rebirth in the Pure Land. So Shi Gong assured him, there's no issue. So the layperson felt relief, as if Shi Gong had guaranteed it. But Zhigong continues saying that, however, to seek rebirth in the Pure Land, one must be ready to let go of all attachments when the time comes, including one's spouse. Otherwise, they should go both together. They should both go together. So he asked, doesn't that mean taking the whole family along? And Zhigong replied, yes, that is the Bodhisattva path. Encourage your wife to chant Buddha's name and practice together as companions on the path. As your attachment lessens, you will be able to reach the Pure Land together. So the question is asked, shouldn't you take your spouse along? Probably you say yes. So those who are applauding want to bring their partners as well. Don't be selfish and leave your spouse behind. If your spouse hasn't started practicing Buddhism, encourage them to do so. At that time, it's not that you're taking them or they are taking you. Rather, Amitabha Buddha is guiding both of you. Don't think it's just you who are leading the way. As we know, it is difficult to be completely free of greed, anger, and delusion. If we were entirely free of them, Amitabha Buddha won't need to make the effort to guide us. The Pure Land would already be present in our minds. But if we still hold these attachments and various afflictions, we need Amitabha's compassion vow to help us reach the Western Pure Land. So we continue on. Let's continue on talking about the 8 wrong paths. These are essentially the opposite of the Noble Eightfold Path, although some interpret them differently as follows: wrong views, wrong thought, wrong speech, wrong action, wrong livelihood, wrong effort, wrong mindfulness, and wrong concentration. So what is wrong view? Wrong view includes beliefs such as eternalism, which is the belief in a permanent self, and nihilism, the belief that nothing persists after death. So either eternalism or nihilism. These two, what should we believe in? Well, even if we view the Buddha as a deity, it remains an eternalistic view. Many people worship gods, Buddhas, or bodhisattvas without distinction, treating all as similar. But what view is this? It is a wrong view. The Buddha is not a god. What is the difference between Buddha and a deity? A Buddha is not an eternal savior or absolute ruler. He shows us how to practice and how to achieve Buddhahood ourselves. He is a teacher, a guide, and can aid us, but we must rely on our own effort. Relying solely on a deity to save us without personal effort, that is wrong view. All beings are impermanent and lack an eternal self. Is the Buddha eternal or temporary? Before attaining enlightenment, he believed there was enlightenment to attain. After enlightenment, he understood there was nothing eternal to hold on to. He doesn't control or create beings. He simply responds when asked for guidance. This is the difference between Buddha and a deity. Deities often impose their will, demand faith in their authority, and insist on obedience. This is a divine attitude. Well, for example, two religions believe in their gods, and because they both believe in their God is supreme, so it leads to an ending conflict. And this conflict stems from wrong view. Even among Buddhists, there are many wrong views. People argue, saying, your way is wrong, mine is right. This is also wrong view. Why argue? Just because you think it's right doesn't mean others agree. So some of our members seem to think only their views are correct. This mindset is not acceptable. We must respect others. When someone expresses an opinion, it reflects their level and understandings. It represents them, not you. Respecting the view is called maintaining the Dharma positions. Respecting others' opinions is key in Buddhism. The Buddha responds according to the needs of different beings and their capacities, without insisting on specific statements. Now we have a Chan story to share. There was a Chan master, and with the two disciples arguing about whether all beings possess Buddha nature. One said they did, the other said they did not. And then they went to ask the masters. So these two disciples were arguing whether beings possess Buddha nature. One says, yes, they did. The other said they did not. And they went to ask their master. The master told the first, yes, you're correct. When the other person asked, he also said, yes, you are correct. Then a third observer, frustrated, asked, how can they be right? And the master replied, you are right too. So who is correct? The Buddha gives different answers based on the needs and capacities of individuals, much like a doctor prescribing medicine based on each patient's specific illness. If you insist that only your view is correct, what is this called? Yes, wrong view. Everyone has this issue, right? But remember, we must respect others. Do you know why families have conflicts between husband and wives and between siblings? It's usually because of trivial matters, small opinions that clash and lead to argument. Well, in the family, parents raise their children, and the wife and the husbands have different opinion of how to raise the children. And because of this, one insists on their way of doing, of raising children. And eventually, they come to a divorce. As you know, the very two famous Hollywood movies stars, just because they insist on the way to bring up the children that they finally divorce. This thing happens. And over many other things. So, do you have similar situation at home? People have different personality and perspectives. Don't force your views on others. In small matters, we should practice the so-called each Dharma has its own position to abide in, which means respect others and don't impose your ideas. Your opinion may be good, but you don't have to force others to accept it. Offer your opinion, but respect others' rights to their own views. This approach can lead to harmony in family. Then we have the wrong thought. Thought means to act based on one's understanding. And wrong thought is when we follow incorrect ideas in practice. Right thought in spiritual practice is a method of thinking and acting correctly, whereas wrong thought involves selfish, impure motivation. For example, if someone practices hoping to achieve personal gain, this is wrong thought. Once, now this is also told by our teacher. Someone told Shifu Guo Yuan that his son went to Malaysia, where he encountered people practicing this is magic course. It's called Gu in Chinese. So his son became affected by this magic. And the father asked if there was a way to return the curse to the person who cast it. The so-called Gu magic, or this kind of curse, is believed to be a form of toxic spell that places a sudden object in the body. Perhaps a small or a tiny portion of the poisonous taking from the snake or centipede. And that cannot be detected by scientific instruments, but lurks within a person. There is a technique to extract and neutralize it. But if it's returned to the caster, the one who cast on it, it could harm them. This would be a form of revenge. So over here, Shigong shared its method. So he told the father, Buddhism does not have a method for revenge. There's no practice that involves retaliating with harm. Some people practice with the hope of revenge. Others with the goal of winning the lottery or achieving personal desires, like marrying a specific person. Practicing with such motivation is wrong thought. So the layperson then asks, so does Buddhism just let them harm us? If someone casts a magic spell on us, are we helpless? And Sikom replied, there is a method. Would you like to know it? This method works against any negative energy. Imagine that your body does not exist. that you are empty. So the method is like contemplation. Contemplation that your body does not exist, that you are empty. If you are wearing glasses or a watch, imagine them in place without a body behind them. If you can visualize your body as empty, then no curse, spirit, or evil energy can affect you. Okay, the method. So many people come to Shigong saying their home feels disturbed, or that they feel a ghostly presence. So Shigong will not use talismans or spells, but instead teach them to imagine themselves as transparent and eventually as non-existence. If you succeed in this visualization, then even illness will lose its hold over you, because your empty body cannot sustain sickness. This method is very useful, and this is just to share with you. So what is the essence of a wrong thought? Wrong thought involve practicing selfishness, greed, or anger. I remember there was a monk. When he was sleeping at night, and he had a nightmare or something, and something was pressing on his body. So what he did was that he think, oh, you want to give me pressure? Yeah, let it be. Just let it be. And the moment that he think that, just let it be, then the feeling of almost like a nightmare, that dream of something bad that you were having pressure is gone. So that's what happens. Now remember, the instant or the story that Shigong told us is that when you are affected by this kind of things, and then you may feel sick. It doesn't mean that, like we got a cold and you think about emptiness. What other things that you feel it's like a regular things that you get sick. Of course, you seek help from the doctor. Doctor will be able to help you. You don't need to do this kind of visualizations. But anyway, in certain time that we encounter something, you still could visualize it as impermanent. So it's not too bad. Okay, so I will stop here at this time over here.
Thank you, Shifu. We have 10 more minutes. Should we proceed for breakout room, Shifu?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Please see Shelton. Dibantu breakout room-nya. Jadi teman-teman, seperti biasa kita ada breakout room diskusi bersama tentang topik yang telah di-sharing hari ini oleh Shifu. Jika ada pertanyaan boleh didiskusikan di grup nanti ditanyakan ke guru bersama. Thank you. Welcome back, teman-teman. Apakah ada pertanyaan? Pertanyaan seputar Piolen. Sifu, can Sifu explain to us? Should we, as a Chan practitioner, have a vow to be reborn in Piolen, Sifu? Thank you.
Well, it depends. If you want to make that vow, it's fine. You can do while still practicing Chan. That's okay. Well, we need to know that one is self-reliant. The other one is relying on Amitabha's vow, right? Because the Buddha, out of the compassion to develop this Pure Land for those in need, right? Because some of the people, they have, you could say that they don't have enough confidence in themselves. And that is why the Amitabha Buddha developed this Pure Land so that they could have a place to practice and without much difficulty or not even having any difficulties or obstacles from outside. And there are many people actually, even from the Tang Dynasty, they practice this to be reborn in the Pure Land. And just like what is said in the Platform Sutra, if you practice reciting Buddha's name, one mind, wholeheartedly, and you reach this state, one mind, you are one with the name of the Amitabha Buddha. Then you also need to give rise to the vow to be reborn there. Then you're able to go. Now, if you practice Chan and if you recite the Buddha's name, but you don't make a vow, then you don't have to go. Because for you, you have the confidence. So you don't need to make this vow because you believe that the Buddha nature within you, you can find it. Then there's not necessary to make a vow. But still, there are people who kind of lack of confidence. So they rely on the compassionate vow of the Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, and they make vows, but they practice. They need to practice well. Then they are able to go. And as we know, this is just an experience means of of the Buddha, Sakyamuni Buddha, to give the experience means to those who are lack of this confidence in themselves. So they could go too. But eventually, when they are there, they practice and they listen to the teaching of Amitabha Buddha, and then they reach enlightenment, and then they will return to the Saha world to practice again until they reach a state of non-return. So they still need to practice until you know they don't have to worry about that they did not have enough power or strength, so that they will not be in the cycle of birth and death, which is samsara. And also to help sentient beings when they reach enlightenment there and return to help sentient beings until they reach Buddhahood. So it's your choice, sentient beings' choice. Many people choose to do that. Other people, they just don't make this vow. It's up to them.
Thank you, Shifu. Very elaborate and very clear. Now times have 8 minutes past. I think we should end the session. Can please Xiaozhen, si Xiaozhen bantu transfer meritnya. Thank you.
Please join our palms. We pray for the flourishing of Buddha Dharma, for peace in the world, for the joy and contentment of all people, for the freedom and ease of body and mind. May sentient beings depart from suffering. May the vows of the donors be fulfilled. 回向佛法兴隆，世界和平，人民安乐，身心自在，众生离苦，施主愿遂。Bow. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Shifu. Saya persilakan teman-teman semua, please turn on the video and let's join our palm together and give bow to Shifu. Bow. Cảm ơn Shifu. Omitofo. Please have a good Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good morning, Shifu. Have a
Thank
good
you
day.
teman-teman semua sudah hadir. Selamat
Good
malam.
morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Bye,
Agus
Cinopi.
mereka ke Cichen, Pak Agus sama Cinini ke retretnya Cichen.
Iya,
Ya,
kok
Agus mereka
some of
ke
the Jakarta Chan community they go to Malaysia retreat with Jichen Shifu.
Okay,
Lot of them unable to
very
join
good.
the class.
Very good, very good.
14 days ya? 14 days ya?
For how many days?
I
enggak
think
kalau
Nini is
21 21.
21.
Tapi
21
Cinini
days.
aja. Tidak
Wow.
Cinini aja.
Yeah,
Cinini
Nini is.
Only Cinini Kak.
Cinini,
Benar.
Cinini.
Yeah, I think.
Agus
Berdua
also
aja.
go?
No, Agus go to meet Shifu Guo Yuan, and then they all go to meet Qichen Fashi after that.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I think some of them doing the day trip just to meet both Shifu, and then couple stays for the retreat. A couple
Okay,
of them.
good. Wonderful.
Omitofo Shifu.
Okay,
Appreciate.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Makasih
Thank you
teman-teman semua.
teman-teman semua.
Bye.
Thank you, Cinopi. Thank you, si Xiaozhen.
Ya, ya.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.